Hey guys, so welcome to Tell the Truth, Shame Those Devils with Rona'e. First, we want to give glory and honor and all esteem to YaHuaH, the one that sits on high, whose name is in our DNA. What a creative craftsman who has added a signature to his artwork, and whose name we breathe in and out every single day, who's in every breath that we take. Let everything that has breath praise YaHuaH. All esteem to Yahushua the HaMashiach, the one who claimed victory over the enemy, who shed his blood for us and intercedes for us. Um, Honor to him. It is done. So today, I just kind of want to, I don't know, touch base on moments of faith and despair and moments where we are in attack, or feeling attacked, or we're waiting on the Father to do a thing. It can feel very daunting. It can feel um, almost like he has forsaken us, but he's not a man that he should lie. So it sometimes becomes easy to feed into the whispers of the enemy, where the enemy will tell you he has forgotten about you. He ain't gonna show up, he won't show up. But when you think of the greats, the people of the word of the Bible, even David was one after the Father's own heart. He even had a man set up so that he can take his wife, but Yahuwah still blessed him. He still made him king. He still gave him the strength to beat Goliath and so forth. you know um and even David felt like, how long doth the wicked prosper? How long will mine enemies, take victory over me? When will this thing change for me? Even Job cursed the day that I was born, and sometimes we can feel hardened towards the Father, because it's like, well, you're the only one that I can depend on. You're in charge. You can control everything. In a moment you can snap your fingers and you can do a thing. But sometimes we can think that the Father is a genie, and he's not slack to his promises. He just moves, and he sometimes wants to refine us in certain places. And in those times of refinement, it can feel like hell on wheels, because you're sitting here like, Father, I have a need. You said lay it at your feet. You said ask and I shall receive. You said that if the evil person can give good gifts, what better is a father? You said that you don't come to harm us, you come to prosper us. And sometimes we don't see those things come about, but the refinement in what he's doing is not necessarily on a physical level, it is on a spiritual level, so that he can prep us for the things in the physical that he wants to bless us with, because to whom much is given, much is required. And even Job felt away. Yahusha felt away when it was almost time for him to be sacrificed. He cried out, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? For him to be a perfect man, but have these carnal emotions of almost feeling abandoned by the Father. Sometimes I know for myself, I will feel an extreme amount of guilt, because I feel like I'm supposed to be a rock star. Like, nah, Father, listen, I know what your word said. I know that you good for it. I know you didn't show it up for me. Why am I biting or succumbing to this feeling of you're not going to show up when you always show up for me? You know what I mean? And you show up right on time, and it's an interesting place to be in when your flesh and your spirit is in opposition. And like the word says, the flesh and the spirit are in opposition, so neither one can do what they want. And when you're feeling like that you're in a tug of war, it's like you're in this spiritual warfare constantly. The enemy, especially if you seek in the Father, the enemy is, and in this particular season where the enemy knows that his time is running short, he is working overtime on those of us that are seeking the Father. The warfare has been so real, and we're not in an era anymore when we have elders or people to intercede for us or pray over us. We're kind of just out here amongst the wolves, which the Father says that I send you, listen, behold, I send you amongst scorpions and devils. You know what I mean? But I also give you power to tread on these scorpions and devils, so that by nothing that should by any means hurt you. So it's an interesting place to be in when you're waiting on the Father, and you're like, listen, I'm in this place, and no, I'm not of it, but in this place it requires this, and this. And I don't got all them functions. I don't got all them tools, Father. So I need for you to show up, and so that I can function in this place, because I can't just leave here unless, I'm done doing what you want me to do. And I know for me, those are the things that I feel like, because I've always and have constantly been bound by spirits of delay, spirits of setback, spirits of almost there, not ready, almost close. A lot of witchcraft being done against me, so that there can be swapping of destinies and things like that. And I'm in a period of waiting for the Father to loose me. And it becomes very frustrating. And for those of us that are in it, that place where it's like, okay, Father, I'm not trying to rush you, but what I'm learning in this season of my life is really what it means to be the created being, what it means to completely submit to someone or something that has created you. I have no idea how many hairs I have on my head. I don't want the responsibility of knowing the intricacies of everybody's fingerprint or their toe print or what works in the body. Like, my brain cannot even comprehend. So I don't want to be in the Father's position, which I find it extremely interesting that Satan, him being a created being, and those he has recruited also being created beings, how they want to elevate themselves in a deity type sense and want to be worshiped when they have no capacity to honestly carry the wisdom and understanding that the Father has. So I just wanted to make this video because right before this, I was feeling a lot of pressure on my spirit, but we bear our sins with one another, so therefore we can be healed. And I don't know what this may open up for someone else. It may open up, yeah, oh, thank you. That's how I'm feeling for you. It may bear witness to something, which is what I do know that I am called to do, and we are all called to do. You cry with those who cry, you laugh with those who laugh. We are supposed to be one a help to another. So I just wanted to get on to make this quick video because right before this, the enemy was working on me overtime, and I'm trying to work through a hardened heart. I've gone through a lot of loss. And when you go through a lot of loss and you have a world that says leave it at the door, sometimes you invalidate your own feelings. Sometimes you become hard on yourself, and you have to forgive yourself and show yourself some grace because you're human, you're carnal. Like, listen, if YaHuaH wept, a perfect being with no sin, he was flawless, why can't I weep? Why can't I feel these things? And we come from a creator who feels. If it were not so, you know what I mean? He reasons, he laments, you know what I mean? He has grief, he has feelings. So sometimes we can allow the world to tell us that we don't need to feel, or we can allow the enemy to whisper that our feelings don't matter. But if the Father says to cast your burdens on him because he cares, that is a feeling. Caring is a feeling. And so I just wanted to drop that real quick because I'm telling you, the enemy has been working overtime, but he's a liar and the truth ain't in him. And I forgot to address the trolls. I come against all trolls, all provocation spirits, all spirits of setback, delay, dysfunction. Let you scatter by fire right now by way of Yahushua HaMashiach, the shed of his blood in the mighty name of YaHuaH. So if any of this has bear witness to you and your circumstance, keep up the fight, because I'm telling you, here's the beautiful thing about our Father. He has created such a beautiful place that has surpassed our understanding, our imagination. I mean, he talks about streets of gold and emeralds and things, like a majestic place that sounds far-fetched, but this is what he feels like we deserve in our wretchedness, that we deserve a place. And if we just endure, then we won't ever have to feel none of this warfare, any of this hurt that we feel, any of this betrayal, any of this loneliness that we feel, and none of this warfare that the enemy has been placing on us. So just keep it up, keep up the good fight. I love you. Listen, I'm on the other side. I bear witness with you. I'm in agreement for the release, for the testimonies, for the deliverance of all of us that are fighting. And I pray that we all make it to the end. I pray that the Father keeps us with a good heart posture, a good mindset, so that we can receive the blessings, the gifts that we were given, and we always give him the glory, the honor, and the praise because he is deserving of it. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And like my grandmother always said, if I can just help somebody, just one, as I travel on, then my living should not be in vain. So I love you guys. Remember, love is the principle, is the good thing. Wisdom is the principal thing. So get wisdom, but show love to your brethren. And if you cannot love your brethren whom you can see, how can you love the Father whom you can't? So again, enjoy your day. Be blessed, and it's sealed. It is done, and so it is by way of Yahushua and the shed of his blood in the mighty name of YaHuaH. Till next time.